Welcome back to Small Caps, ladies and gentlemen. A very quick update because I'm pretty excited. I saw an announcement today from Legacy Minerals. ASX code is LGM. They're doing some drilling out at their Mt Felstead. Well, actually, it's the Bauloora area, but Mt Felstead more specifically. Joining me today, Chris Byrne. He's the CEO and Managing Director. And this is a great announcement. But before we do get into today's announcement, just quickly, what's happening with Harden? That's another one of your projects. And then I want to go into this announcement today.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having us on the show today, Kerry. So up at Harden, we're wrapping up our diamond drill campaign. So we were following up on some really high-grade gold hits that we got in our maiden drill campaign up there last year. So some fantastic intersections down there. And that's been an exciting campaign. It's taken us a little bit longer than we expected. And we've done a few more holes, but what we're really seeing down there is quite a large system in terms of this big shear zone there. We're really quite excited to see those assays come back shortly from the labs as well. And again, so that's something that we're keen to...
News will be coming up about that, but actually today's announcement is potentially, which is why I want to get you on, potentially a company maker. Now, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but there's some exciting... I want you to explain the size and the potential of this whole district, Bauloora, but more specifically Mt Felstead.
Yeah. So Bauloora Project, it's this large 27 square kilometre hydrothermal alteration mineralisation halo. So what that gives us, within this, we're seeing very textbook low sulphidation epithermal features. When you have a system of that sort of scale, there's potentially a very large, source underneath that's driving that sort of footprint that we're seeing. And it's certainly it's significant in the scale. Within the Bauloora Project area, we're drilling at the moment Mt Felstead. So Mt Felstead is one of the many prospects across quite an anomalous zone that we're seeing here. And what we're really doing at Mt Felstead with the RC campaign, and we're racing through the holes down there since we commenced drilling last week, is we're testing the strike. We're testing up to 650 metres of the strike of this vein system. We're testing it at depth as well. And excitedly, in the first three holes, we've already hit, semi-massive sulphides in all three of those holes. So that's
how deep were you drilling, Chris? And have you done soil? I just want to kind of get a visual of this area and why you're so excited about it.
So this is relatively shallow drilling. So this, which is again leads to the prospectivity and the potential with this system, is that we're seeing that this mineralisation start at surface. You always get fantastic rock chips, at the Bauloora prospect that grade up to 40 grams gold, 400 grams a tonne silver. So very mineralised at surface. That the first drill holes have been relatively shallow, testing beneath the Bonanza grade Mt Felstead mine. So they've been around 75 metres deep. We're testing deeper holes down to 150 in the 200 metre range. And then we're also testing long strike as well. So we're trying to, blow out the strike extension. And we're following that in good geochemistry on surface. So we've got quite a significant lead, zinc, arsenic, gold anomaly that extends what our interpreted strike of the system is on surface. We're drilling underneath that as well. And again, this is sort of what we're really focusing on here as a potentially significant, starting point. And as you talked about, a company maker opportunity, is that we're looking here at the possibility that this is representing the top of a very large system that, potentially increases in width and extent at depth. And what we're seeing from the historical drilling, from the very limited historical drilling, from the, historical high grade and, gold bonanza grade silver, is a project that has the grades, the width and the scale to be potentially a very significant resource.
So what's the news going forward? We don't have a lot of time today, so I just want to know, what can investors that are looking at Legacy Minerals at the moment thinking, have they got the tiger by the tail here? What's news? What's coming up? What's your time frame?
So we'll finish the remainder of these holes at the Bauloora, in the Bauloora project in our first prospect, the Mt Felstead mine. They'll get sent off to the lab. So we're expecting a 6 to 8 week turnaround time for that. We also have recently completed a 90 square kilometre gradient array IP program, induced polarisation. So very significant large IP program that's looking to define more targets for drilling across, again, a large veining system that's, up to 5 meters wide, strikes for over 2 kilometers, with, rock chips, grading up to 38 grams per tonne. So very significant system. So we're expecting those results to come through. We've also collared our initial holes down at Mt Felstead. So we're doing downhole EM. Again, when you're seeing these sulphides, the downhole EM, we're expecting that to really showcase some great additional drill targets down the area as well. So there'll be some results from the downhole EM when that gets completed as well. So sort of really three sets of news flow: assays, IP, and downhole EM.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. The assays are coming up, downhole EM. There's a lot of, do you think that this could be another, and look, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but could this be another, because the area in the Lachlan Fold Belt is very prospective, isn't it? Could this be a biggie?
It could. Like we're in the Silurian Devonian down here, so it's a bit less explored than the Ordovician rocks, but certainly within the Ordovician, Lake Cowal is probably New South Wales' most well-known epithermal system. So this is why we're chasing epithermals and why other companies do. Is they've got that world-class multi-million ounce potential. Lake Cowal, 15 million ounces. They've got a gold zone in that Cowal intrusive complex, which is a 7.5 kilometre corridor by 2 kilometres, grading over 0.1 grams in the rocks. At the moment at Bauloora, we've defined a system that's 4 kilometres by 2 kilometres wide. So again, we're certainly starting to see, the scale show through. We're certainly seeing all the right hallmarks in the rock textures, the grades that give us really, a lot of hope that we may be onto something quite significant here. It's going to take some work, but we've got 5,000 metres of drilling planned with our IPO funds, so we're well funded to get into it. This campaign's about 1,500 metres, so there's certainly a lot of money in the bank for us to really exploit the opportunity that is down there.
Chris Byrne from Legacy Minerals, you are going at it hammer and tongs, which is great. I wish you all the best. Come back when you've got some more results and give us another update, because our investors out there will be looking on with interest, as I'm sure will be some other larger companies out there, just quietly.
Thanks very much, Kerry. We're looking forward to keeping everyone informed.